In January, we did my annual 31 Days to a More Effective Compliance program where we looked at one thing you could do each day. Well, we're back with the Compliance Tip of the Day. This is the podcast where we bring you daily insights and practical advice on navigating the ever-evolving landscape of compliance requirements. Whether you're a seasoned compliance professional or just starting your journey, my aim in this podcast is to provide you with a bite-sized, actionable tip to help you stay on top of your compliance game. In the chaotic world of 2025 and beyond, compliance will become even more important, and you staying on top of your game will help your company move forward. Today on the Compliance Tip of the Day, we look at asking questions to boost your compliance program. Other than the skill of listening, asking questions is about as important to the compliance practitioner as any other skill that can be employed. Equally critical is to ask the right question, which was explored in a book by Brian Glazer and Charles Fishman entitled A Curious Mind, The Secret to a Bigger Life. Getting your employees to not simply talk to you, but tell you the truth about how they feel or what they may be thinking is a key skill for any leader. As a CCO, you may find this particularly difficult in far-flung reaches of an international company. Whether you're performing a risk assessment or simply getting out of the corporate home office, you need to be able to engage your employees across the globe in a variety of cultures. Ask open-ended questions so you will not receive back a simple yes or no. Some key foundational questions include, what are you focused on? Why are you focused on that? What are you worried about? What's your plan? By asking these questions, such as what are you hoping for, what are you expecting, what's the most important part of this for you, you can get much more and better engagement from employees with whom you work. Consider the pursuit of a high-profit deal in a high-risk geography area. You may want to sit down with a business unit person in charge of the project and ask them, what is your plan to sign this contract and execute it consistent with your obligations within the company's compliance program? In doing so, you are communicating two key concepts using a 360-degree approach to communications. First, you make clear that there should be a plan in place. Second, you make clear that the employee oversees the plan. Therefore, by simply asking the question, you are communicating to the employee both the responsibility for the problem and the authority to come up with a solution. This type of approach allows someone who desires to step up to do so can do so. It's simply a quality of human nature that people prefer to choose to do things rather than to be ordered to do them. You can use this simple and straightforward technique to not only improve your leadership qualities in the compliance function, but also your organization's compliance function as well. The reason that asking questions is so much better than simply giving orders is that you have a vast, talented workforce you can tap into to help you do business in compliance. But the how of doing business is a process that should be burned into your companies by facilitated the possibilities that are out there in your employees' own minds. 360 degrees of communications allows you to create an atmosphere where no one is afraid to ask a question. Perhaps equally important, no one is afraid to answer a question either. This can demonstrate not only a level of knowledge, but communication, which is important in every direction of the workplace. People should ask their bosses questions. If employees feel comfortable enough to ask these questions, it allows the CCO to be clear about what they think. So what are today's 3 key takeaways? Well, number 1, asking questions is a great technique to elicit information. 2, asking questions creates the authority in people to come up with their own ideas, coupled with the responsibility to move things forward. And 3, by asking questions, you create an atmosphere where no employee is afraid to ask or answer a question. In short, asking questions when paired with listening is a great way for you to build a culture of compliance in your organization while accomplishing business operations. One of of the things that I'm happy to do for you, the compliance profession, is if you have a question or a series of questions you would like some compliance tips on, I'm happy to take any requests that you might want, certainly anonymize them, and give you a quick tip. Either one quick tip or maybe a week's worth of quick tips. So if you have any tips you want about your compliance program, you can shoot me an email at tfox@tfoxlaw.com. This podcast was created and produced with the assistance of AI.